Hey everybody, welcome to Eternal Midnight. I'm here with Santino. What's up?
What's up, man?
Not much. So, Santino, when things get fast, they usually get pretty furious.
Uh, was that?
That was
That was
that was bad. But hey, welcome to Fast and the Furious month. This episode we're going to be going over the first two, but before we dive in, Santino, what is so you've seen all the movies as of now except for 9.
Except 9, because theaters are not open.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But just what is your overall impression of 1 through 8 with Hobbs and Shaw included? Would you say this is a pretty decent, fun franchise? Would you say it's pretty stupid, lackluster, lacking?
To me, it's like I was never into cars. I'm not into cars at all. So like, I was never into Fast and Furious, really. And like, and if I'm being honest, it's really like Fast and Furious. The Fast and Furious franchise is really like fast food for me. It's like when I'm bored and I have nothing else to watch and I'm not into anything, I'll just pop it in just to like distract myself. Really, that's really how it is. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the franchise. I'm not interested really. It's just a movie, I guess.
That's a good enough way to put it.
Like it's just a movie franchise, and like I'm being real. It's not exactly groundbreaking, and it's not exactly creative. Because Chad, you've known me for more than a year, man. And it's like you know my style of movies. I like lore. I like fantasy, and I like different like angles of story, and I like magic and ruins and like creative things. And the Fast and Furious is far from creative. It really is. But like I'm talking about
yes and no.
I'm talking about in terms of like lore and all that. Because lore is...
Well, no, I mean there's no lore to this. There's no lore to this really. I mean they built kind of a world where they've built kind of a believable world. Things kind of stayed believable for a while. They've really crumbled with Hobbs and Shaw, I felt. And I haven't seen 9 yet either. I'm going to go see it tomorrow. But it's just, so I don't know how unbelievable it is. But I mean, come on, we got, I mean, it kind of fell apart before that. I mean, come on, in 7 we had cars driving through the sides of the Burj Khalifa, I think.
No, not Burj Khalifa, like some other tower, but in Abu Dhabi, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, that's right. Yeah, it's sorry, I had a Ghost Protocol in my mind.
Yeah.
Thinking of a better movie.
Yeah, it's a way better movie.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, come on, like, and like I think I was talking to, I think it was like 7 or something. It's like Dom got in like 3 or 4 head-on collisions, and then just got out of the car and got into a fist fight. I'm like, dude, you'd be dead.
Your bones would be broken by like the first one.
And if you survive, let's just say he survived that first crash, his body would have like such like shock in his bones and all his muscles. He probably wouldn't survive another one of those crashes within the next 24 hours.
Okay, but before we even get to Furious 7, let's go with the first 3 or the first 2. Where it was still somewhat believable.
So, the first Fast and the Furious, go ahead. What's your thoughts? Because you started telling me before we got started, and then we're like, let's just save it. What is your thoughts on this one?
This is the worst one out of them. The Fast and Furious. Wow. Okay. I don't like it. Here's why. Because this movie is directed towards gearheads. It's directed to people who like cars, and I've never liked cars.
But it did come out in 2001. I mean, that's still when the extreme stuff was going.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very early 2000s movie, which is fine. I mean, like, okay, and ironically, I have a friend. His name is Migo, who loves the Fast and Furious franchise because he likes cars, and he says the first one is his favorite because that's because that's where. Wow. Because that's where all the cars, and that's where they all talk about the cars and what sports cars and what engine this is. Because Because that's what really this movie is geared to. It's geared to people like Migo who are gearheads, who like cars, who like the engines. But like for me,
but the movie did have heart to it still. If you think about it, it's
okay,
like
here's the thing. Okay, the movie has a basic plot structure, but by the time I watched it, I was already like I already knew it. It's like okay, it's this honest to good cop who infiltrates the street racing world and learns the respect on the streets and all that. And learns to like, hey, these criminals aren't bad. Like, yeah, guys, I've seen Point Break. I know what this is. Right? like, 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 it's basically Point Break with cars. And the thing is, like, I never really, I never enjoyed it. Okay, here, Brian Paul Walker, rest his soul, is the most interesting out of all of them. Like, Dominic is Vin Diesel. He's basically Vin Diesel. And Michelle.
Well, he was Vin Diesel before he was Vin Diesel. I mean, he wasn't really known that much as Vin Diesel yet.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, Vin Diesel is playing himself. And I think what really like, if I could give a positive, like what I really like, honestly, is the romance between Brian and Mia, who is really hot. Jordana Brewster is really hot, honestly.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the positive I can give. But the thing is, like, and this is just my opinion. I mean, like, you can have your own opinion, Chad, but like here, like my opinion, like it's really just street racing and criminal stuff, which is like, it's nice, but I was never into it. I personally wasn't. Like, everyone has their own preferences, and I was never into cars. So like watching the Fast and the Furious, where like the very first one, where it's always talking about cars, like it's like, yeah, well, I can see why people like it, but it's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just kind of, when I was rewatching it, I get what you're saying 100%. I just kind of, as weird as it sounds, I just kind of like, that's kind of the part of the movie where I just kind of glossed out, like, kind of like my mind just kind of like was like, oh, who gives a shit? I was kind of just like watching this group of friends, and you know, the family stuff still did start here. I mean, this was the movie where Dom still said, you know, hey, whoever takes the food does grace. They're still talking about family, and it's just kind of like, I like watching, I liked that whole family aspect of Brian, like that. I did like the infiltration, and we just did Silence of the Lambs month, Buffalo Bills in this movie. But I just kind of liked him as an FBI agent going in and being like, you know, these people aren't, they're like, he was wanting to not believe that Dom was a criminal. That's what I liked. It's like Dom and his crew were giving off the sense that this might not be them. And then the movie does, I mean, obviously nobody's really going to remember their massive first impressions, but it was kind of like, I thought it was a decent little, is it them? Is it not them? Are they working with Johnny and his crew? But then it was revealed when it was just them. It's kind of like, well, shit, you know, they are criminals.
Yeah, when Johnny Tran, like, when Brian like focused on Johnny Tran, like, it's this guy, and like, and it wasn't them. It wasn't like, oh, it was really Dom's crew, which sucks. But it's like, again, it's like Point Break. It's like this guy, this undercover cop who goes in and learns like respect and friends and makes friends, only to realize that they are criminals. So it's like, yeah, I've seen this before, which is again like, and yeah, I'll admit, okay, the climax where Brian has to admit that he's undercover and he has to fight Dom is, yeah, sucks balls. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it sucks. It really does. It's like,
because it's like, and especially after hearing that story of like, they alluded to it before, of Dom beating that guy near death with the wrench or whatever. And then when you hear it from Dom's point of view, it like that's what I like. You're on this ride with Brian, kind of understanding and being like, these guys are still criminals, but they're also still attempting to be good people. I'm not justifying what they were doing, but it's like, they're not like Johnny Trang and his gang. These are still like a family who cares about each other and works with each other. And it's like, obviously, characters like Letty never really shown in this movie yet. I mean, she does later, but not now. But at the same time, it's like when a character like, what's his face? When Jesse, when he gets killed at the end, I felt bad that he got killed. It was like, I liked that character. I really did. And it sucked that they killed him off because you felt bad for him.
Exactly. Like when I guess I kind of felt bad when Johnny Tran killed Jesse. But like, here's the thing. I
mean, the movie is shallow. I will agree with you on that. The movie is pretty shallow.
It's shallow. And honestly, Chad, I'm so glad that you mentioned that and that you agree that Brian is basically, that's why Brian was my favorite character, because like he was our look into this world. Like he's the honest cop. And he's our look into this criminal underworld. And that I guess that's the most endearing part about the Fast and the Furious. It's like, it's this look into the street racing world, you know, this illegal street racing world. Like I think the best scenes are the street racing stuff where it's like, you know, like they cordon off the street and like they're all watching to see what happens, you know. And it's
the
like
race wars out in the desert.
Yeah, exactly. It's stuff like that where it's like, that's cool. That's cool and all. But the thing is, other than that, it's like, what, in my opinion, the bond, I guess, is forged here in the Fast and the Furious. But in my opinion, I think the bond between Dom and Brian is what this franchise is about. But in my opinion, like that bond of like, here is like, in my opinion, this is my opinion. Here, they know they meet, but in Fast and Furious, the fourth one is when that bond is made and solidified. That's in my opinion. That's what happens. Not exactly here. Here they meet.
The fourth was almost like the reboot where things got like I mean, we'll get to that in the next episode, but 4 was like, you could almost skip 1, 2, and 3 and just start with 4.
Yeah, you can actually. You really can, because it feels like okay, the first 3 are very all like its own thing, you know. It's not exactly connected. I mean, like, yeah, you have of course Brian coming in Too Fast, Too Furious, and we'll talk about him because he appears again. But
3 was just bam standalone.
Yeah, but 3 was
until they retconned it in 7.
No. Dom appears at the end of 3.
No, I know, but it was still like 3 really didn't tie into anything aside from that until they solidified Y in 7.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is probably the weirdest timeline franchise ever created, too.
Super. This is like a weird ass timeline.
But still with Fast and Furious 1, I mean, it's fun. I think it's harmless fun. If you enjoy watching cars zoom around and guys kind of being bros. But it's not deep. Like, I've seen people be like, oh, it's this big, deep film. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I'm telling you right now, okay, I can't call this movie a bad movie because this movie is for the gearheads. It's just a movie that's not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is understandable. I mean, I can't blame you. It's like, it's one of those things where, like you said, it's not bad. You'd prefer not to watch it. You'd prefer to watch either the later ones or something else.
Exactly.
So I think, you know what, quickly, I think that does kind of wrap up the first one. I mean, it's like we said, it's not deep. It's just undercover cop trying to find some criminals. And
the first Fast and Furious is very straightforward movie. Cop infiltrates a gang, learns respect and trust in the street racing world, has to betray them to serve justice, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's all, folks.
I mean, I will give it though. I do love that end where Brian lets Dom go.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think that was really cool because it was just like he threw away his career because he's just like, Dom's not a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, in my opinion, like, the best thing that comes out of this movie is like Brian meeting Dom and realizing, hey, the world's not black and white. You know, there's like these are people who steal stuff, but they don't want to hurt anyone.
Well, and Dom even said it earlier in the movie when after the street race, when everyone scattered, when the cops showed up, they get back to the house and he just like chews everybody out. He's like, where the hell were all of you? He's like, the only one who came back for me was the Buster. And he's like, screw all of you. But yeah, first one, it's just fun, simple, harmless little film, basically.
Yeah.
So moving on to Too Fast, Too Furious, or as I called it when I was watching it the other night, the Mission Impossible 2 clone.
2002 Furious basically the same.
It's the same damn plot as the same Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, and just with Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris, and
it's the.
And here's okay. I like Too Fast and Too Furious more than.
I forgot how much fun I had with this movie.
And
honestly, dude, I think it was Tyrese Gibson that brought the energy to this film.
Here's why. Okay, I'm so thankful you said it. You know why? Because the Too Fast and Too Furious, is basically a clone of Mission Impossible 2 and the first Fast and Furious movie. Like Brian infiltrates again, and meets Roman Pearce. But the thing is, Vin Diesel is not a charismatic guy. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm a tough guy, Like,
welcome to family.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that. Like the reason why it works so well is because this time you have Tyrese Gibson, who's arguably a pretty okay charismatic dude.
He's a loudmouth. He's irritating as fuck.
But he's enjoyable.
He's awesome. No, I meant that in a good way. Like that scene where they were being followed by the villain's men or whatever, and he like starts like going crazy. He's like, and he starts like cleaning their car, and he throws gasoline on it, and then he throws the lighter on it so he can get away. Yeah. He just brings pure energy and annoying charisma, but in such a fun, over-the-top way. I had a blast rewatching this one.
That's why Too Fast and Too Furious is better than the Fast and Furious minus, because the chemistry between Brian and Roman Pearce and Tej and even Eva Mendes, who's also really hot in this one.
Hey, so was Suki, played by Devin Aoki.
She was so hot. She was the best. I'll send you a picture after this. Before the pandemic, I went to a Halloween party. One of my friends dressed up as Suki, and she was really nice. She was really pretty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like Suki was really, really hot in this movie, and like and they were and the thing is, the reason why I think it's better is because the actors have better chemistry with each other. Like this is honestly a better The Fast and the Furious movie because the actors have better chemistry. Like like Brian. Let's compare it to the first one, The Fast and the Furious. Brian was with Dom. Brian was with Dom, Mia, and Letty, and they were all like quiet. They were all quiet, tough people. Now it's like they're all like charismatic, like fast talking, hot-headed people like Roman, Tej, Eva Mendes. They're all like funny. So like when Brian is like bantering and fireworking off of them, it's cooler to watch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I just not making sense?
No, I know what you're saying. It's like the first film had fun elements in it. It focused on the family stuff more than anything. This film just focused on having fun. It felt like this movie had more of a fun vibe to it than the first one did.
Right, exactly.
And again, the racing in this one was I thought it was a blast to watch.
Yeah,
like that first race was
way more.
That first race was awesome.
Yeah, the first race was always awesome. Like with Suki, and she had that pink nitros, which was awesome, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Like the first one was the first race was awesome, and I think also, in my opinion, even the last one was good.
Oh, are you talking when they were in the middle of the run? When like they drove into the building and like a billion cars all just suddenly flooded out of the building?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, dude, this movie's just a blast. I mean, I can't even like name half the characters in this movie because there's like too many. I don't remember all. I mean, aside from the people who like came back, But it's like, I thought the villain in this one was, again, I mean, he was just the villain from Mission Impossible clone, basically.
Yeah.
But it's like, I thought Carter Verone was a good villain, and I'm honestly shocked he hasn't come back yet. Because he said it at the end of the movie. He's like, I'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, and then he never comes back.
And it sucks because it's like 8 or 9 probably would have been a good time to bring him back.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what? You can't do it now. Paul Walker is sadly passed away. It would make zero sense to bring him back now.
Yeah, but Tyrese Gibson's still alive, so.
True, but it would almost still feel wrong in a way. Like,
Yeah.
Brian's the one who brought Roman Pearce into the Fast and Furious movies, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me reading into it too much, but as weird as it sounds, I don't even know a lot to say about this one. It's
Yeah,
like, I just like
it's basically the first movie with
Yeah.
a different cast. With a different cast.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I liked seeing, like you said, I liked watching Brian and Roman work off each other. I thought Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson had great chemistry with each other.
Exactly. That's why I put this above the Fast and the Furious, because it's basically the same movie, but this time there is better chemistry with the actors. So like when actors have better chemistry, I gravitate more. I was like, okay, I'm actually invested. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just had a weird, like, stereotypical crime Miami feel to it in a way.
I honestly want Suki to come back.
I do too. Where is she?
Yeah, I know, right? Because Eva Mendes was in Fast 5 in the post credits. She was there. So it was like, yeah, in the post credits, Eva Mendes was there.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the post credits for Fast 5.
Yeah, but there's a post credits for Fast 5.
All right, go ahead. Tell me, what was it?
Basically, Eva Mendes comes in and like gives Hobbs a picture of Letty, who is still alive. It's like, do you believe in ghosts? And like,
oh yeah. That's right. No, I know you're. Okay, yeah. She just did that teeny little cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right, because that was the build up to 6.
Yeah. Like, do you believe in ghosts? And I was like, oh, okay, Letty's back.
Yeah, then we're at the major retcon point where they just start undoing everything.
Yeah, where they start like bringing people back to life, like, and they do it with like Han too and like F9. It's like, why are you back, dude?
Oh my God. I cannot wait to see how they explain that when I go see that tomorrow.
I'll explain why I don't like it when we talk about Tokyo Drift. Why I don't like Han being back, because the Han being back's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. So
I literally just watched 3. He was in the car and it blew the hell up. We'll save that. We'll cover 3 in the next episode.
But I'll explain why I don't like it in the next one. But yeah, so like, Too Fast, Too Furious is basically the same movie except with Tyrese Gibson and Ludacris and Eva Mendes and Suki, and they just replaced the original cast.
Yeah, pretty much with a louder, more fun set of characters.
Exactly. That's basically it.
So yeah, that kind of wraps this up. There's really nothing to say about this movie.
Yeah, exactly. What is there to talk about? Except
nothing except how fun it is. So that wraps this up.
Over. That was pretty short, guys.
Yeah, sorry if you wanted us to say more, but there's nothing to say. So
like we're not gonna make it longer just for the sake of making it longer. If there's really nothing to say, we really won't say anything.
Exactly. We'll have more to say when the movies actually get a little bit deeper.
Yeah, exactly.
So guys, thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week with Tokyo Drift and probably the dumbest title in the series, Fast and Furious.
Okay, bye guys.